Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Lately, I've been recording or showing you guys security guard related news. Some of them were bad, some of them have been good, and it's just because there's a lot of things going on in the country right now, and security need more training. We need to receive, um, I don't know, peace officer type of status. I think so we can get more justice and have our situations be put out there more. I think it's very important, and I have a video that I'm going to show you. These are three videos of 2 hour updates of two dead security guards, and then the other one is a recent security guard who just died in the last few days, and it's powerful stuff. Um, I feel we really need to highlight these things and let other guards know that there is consequences to being a security guard if you take the wrong action or let there be lack of action. And this has to be part of our training. It has to be highlighted when you get your security guard license or training in courses. And I think we really need to go beyond just 40 hours of training. We need the government and the state to mandate more, and I want to thank all the news outlets out there that are showing these things, because security guards do have our purpose within society, and we fill in the gaps where police just can't. They just can't do certain things, and that's where we come in. Some of the stuff is dangerous, some of the stuff is kind of lax sometimes, but when we're on duty, we have to treat it like, with some caution, not to some level of paranoia, but some caution. Anyways, let's watch this video. It's sad. We have another security guard that died, and at least we have some follow-ups on the other two security guards that died in the last month or so.
Last night's murder victim, identified as 41-year-old Angela Washington, shot and killed at the Oak Hill Apartments in Southeast, where she was working as a security officer. Angela Washington. She was the mother of four, the grandmother of two, her family devastated by her loss. My mother was a
The last few incidents I've seen with security that have fallen or there's been shootings has been happening at night. There's something, things happen at night, and sometimes the crazies are out, mentally unstable, you know, situations going on. People are not all up there sometimes, and we need to be cautious at all times, and I think particularly at night. And another thing, when you're an armed guard, somebody might just try to get your pistol. Somebody might just try to get your firearm, and they try to get the drop on you. So you have to be aware of that. There is value to that firearm, and if they could get a firearm that's not linked to them, let's say they're gangbangers or something, or criminals, um, it's harder for the cops to get them if they committed murder with that firearm. Let's continue watching the video.
a hardworking woman. She did anything for her kids. She did anything for whoever. She took people in when they was down bad. It happened in the parking lot in the back of this complex. Nearby this Land Rover. We found some bullet holes there. It's unclear as to whether or not this SUV had anything to do with the shooting. Police say Angela Washington had a gun, but there's no indication she had a chance to defend herself. Her family says Angela Washington was a captain with a security company. They say she went to Oak Hill Apartments last night to check on officers patrolling there.
Yo, patrolling is important. Patrolling is important, and you have to learn how to maneuver around. You can't have your Bluetooth on when you're patrolling. You should be focused, and depending on the circumstances, you want to be patrolling with a partner if you're able to. If you could stay in a vehicle while you're patrolling a particular area, try to stay in that vehicle as well. Only get out when necessary. When you need to take, a deeper look into things. And when you are out of your vehicle, remember you have less protection. I'm not saying this is what happened to her. I'm not really clear 100% what happened with her situation, but these are just things that I'm looking at, and we all have to be aware of when we're patrolling.
For the killer, her daughter has this message. I just feel as though whoever did it, if it was their intentions to do it, I just hope I could say what I want to say. I just hope you die and burn in hell. I'm Pat Collins, News for Washington.
Powerful, man. Powerful, powerful stuff right there. Let's check out the next video I have over here.
A group of black female police officers.
It's some follow up on what happened with a shooting and some Tacoma with a security guard. Let's check this out.
Time since one of its own. Turning now to a deadly attack in Tacoma that left a security guard dead. Tonight, the Army is weighing in for the first time since one of its own, an Army Ranger, was charged in that brutal beating death. Patrick Byrne pleaded not guilty to.
So, this is a murder I covered a few weeks ago. She's gonna talk about it. Pretty much, female security guard. She got beaten to death by an Army Ranger. It's a mess, but I'm glad that we're getting some justice in the security guard field. I'm glad her family is getting some justice at least. Obviously these are just charges, but let's continue watching the video.
To 5 charges that includes first-degree murder. KIRO 7's Deborah Horn is joining us live in Tacoma. And Deborah, some strong words coming from the commander of the U.S. Army Special Forces.
Lindsay, that commander is calling the soldiers' actions appalling. Well, tonight he is here in the Pierce County Jail. The family of his alleged victim is trying to learn to live without her. She stood just 5 feet tall, but those who knew and cared about Denise Smith, Niecy everyone called, say she had a big heart.
Oh, this is kind. This is sweet. She likes to read. She likes to drink coffee, of course, Starbucks. She likes to ring all of our phones off the hook, okay? She has a lot to talk about.
Her big sister still talks about her in the present tense. Tina Mack helped raise Smith because she was just 7 years old when their mother died. So it was Mack who got the fateful call from the Pierce County Medical Examiner.
It's horrible. What male would do something as horrible as that to a female? That is the most horrible, horrific incident that I ever even heard so far.
Sir, can you hear us? Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
I think I've seen this video like 3 times already, man. Still gets me, man. Let me cut that one, yo. He's being charged. He's being held in $2 million bond right now. It's, let's see what happens. Hopefully, Google will keep sending me more feed into this as things start happening. It just starts popping up in my cookies. Look at this guy, man. Like, oh man. I don't know.
Pierce County prosecutors say surveillance cameras captured this man, U.S. Army Ranger Patrick Byrne, beating the life out of Smith early last Sunday morning. Smith was working as a security guard at the former Frank Russell Investments building in Tacoma. The attack came after a night of drinking with friends. For reasons that are still unclear, the 6-foot-tall 26-year-old forced his way into Smith's building and repeatedly punched her for 10 long minutes.
10 long minutes. He beat her. She's 5 feet. He's 6 feet. He's an Army Ranger. She's a security guard doing night shift. And this is disgusting, man.
Now charged with murder, burglary, and kidnapping, his lawyer spoke for him.
Waive formal reading and ask the court to accept pleas of not guilty.
In a statement, Byrne's commanding officer calling his actions absolutely appalling and extending his deepest condolences to Smith's family, a devastated family now forced to go on without her.
She's just a loving person. She's so loving and kind. And she's truly going to be missed. Truly missed.
Byrne was ordered held on $2 million bail. Smith's family says she wanted to be closer to home, so she had just taken this job. In fact, she started the job 2 days before she was killed. The reporting live in
2 days. 2 days by herself doing night shift. That's not enough time to master or get the basics of a particular post. That's not okay. 2 days by herself. Yo, I don't know what company she worked with, but we have to raise the standards, man. 2 days is not enough to understand a post, even if it's night shift, man. Even if full traffic is low and things like that, it's just not enough. I know security is expensive. I know that we want to be able to charge the client less and to keep them happy and satisfied. But 2 days at a post, you need, personally, minimum a week of training. She's been there for 2 days and then that happens. I'm not sure what type of security guard experience she had, but 2 days in a post is not enough. I feel honestly that whenever you go from one post to another, if you're a floater or not, you need to be trained in each post for at least 40 hours. Give them a week. Give them a week. Check up on them. Call them on the phone. Hey, how things are going. If you're a field supervisor, patrol around there. It, you know. Let's go on to the next video. This is the follow up of the the guard who got shot and killed in the Motel 6.
We also have an Action News update on the murder of an unarmed security guard in central Fresno last month. Police have now arrested a 17-year-old boy for what they're calling a senseless act of violence. The deadly shooting happened at the Motel 6 on Blackstone near Griffith Way.
One thing that I like when I took my criminal justice class at BMCC was they let me know about the ages in which young people tend to do the most crime. I am way more scared of a 16-year-old than I would be of a 32-year-old. You know, and it's just because the amount of violence that's done when somebody is just is they're in the mid-teens, early adulthood. Emotions run high. You're still figuring yourself out, and I'm not giving any criminal leeway on this. I'm just explaining the human experience behind it. And there's less control. The younger you are, less control you have your emotions. The older you get, the more you just don't fight anymore. You're worrying about your mortgage, cars, rent, family, kids. You're worrying about a bunch of things. I've been in a situation where I'd rather take a punch in the face, and I've had, and just walked away and be like, all right, man, cool, peace. Just stupid things that would happen in party. Somebody thinks you said something, or you accidentally push somebody by accident. You apologize, and that's not enough. So anyways, continue.
Back on August 24th, officers found the victim, 24-year-old Philip Frisetta, on the second-story landing with a gunshot wound. The investigation revealed there was some kind of disturbance between some individuals at the motel, and Frisetta asked those people to leave the property. That's when the suspect shot Frisetta. In 2019, Action News interviewed Frisetta and his then 2-year-old son Mason shortly after the young boy's mother was killed in a crash. The teen accused of killing Frisetta is now in custody at the Juvenile Justice Campus. We also have an Action News update on the murder
All right,
of...
guys, that's pretty much it. It's very important we highlight these little things. Well, they're not little, these incidents, these murders of security guards, armed or unarmed, it doesn't matter, so that we can get it in our heads, and then we can have examples to give our team members of the kind of dangers they can find themselves in. So that's it. That's that, guys. Share, like, comment down below if you have any news of more security guard violence related things, shootings, accidents, deaths. Let me know so I can do my best to cover it. And if you have a story of active violence done against you while you were on duty by a security guard, or by somebody else when you were on duty, whatever it is that's security guard related, let me know, because we need to throw this information out there so that people can understand the risks that there is when you're working. Take care of yourself, love yourself. Adios.